A big shakeup at the heart of U.S. intelligence. The announcement today clearing the way for a new era of FBI leadership.
60s today, but we'll be cooling off again tonight. We'll show you who could get down to freezing once again before a warm-up with more rain.
Breaking ground on the future of education in the capital city, the new project modernizing the campus experience as the city prepares for a 2025 calendar full of bond projects.
And this morning, Austin ISD officials broke ground on Pecan Springs Middle School. The campus is getting a full modernization as part of the district's 2022 bond program. Now, this is one of dozens of projects happening right now with money voters approved. Thanks for joining us here at 5. I'm Daniel Marin.
And I'm Jennifer Sanders. KXAN's Jayla Washington shows us why this one is so special for the east side and how the district plans to stay on top of all the construction projects.
Check out right over there. Good morning, sir.
Young Pecan Springs Elementary students greet their East Side community neighbors.
Hola, buenos días.
An exciting day with big hugs, smiles, and look at these cute performances. And it's all as parents, teachers, former teachers, and AISD family say a heartfelt goodbye to the old and officially break ground on what will be their newly renovated school.
It is about time. It's hard to give up. There's probably 5 generations of families here.
Mixed emotions, but joy and a lot of love for a school in the middle of an underserved minority neighborhood. The changes to come are thanks to an approved $2.4 billion 2022 bond project.
Pecan Springs, given its location, given kind of the challenges that we've had in this community, to really invest and support our students in a meaningful way is absolutely incredible.
It is one of 28 comprehensive active 22 bond projects AISD has in the works right now.
That doesn't account for the 100 other projects across all the other schools that are HVAC improvements, safety and security improvements, electrical improvements. So there's a lot happening all simultaneously.
Investments leading to better safety and lasting memories. Jayla Washington, KXAN News.
And the new Pecan Springs Elementary is set to be finished in the fall of 2026. Now, most bond projects do take years to complete. For some perspective, there are still a few projects being finished with AISD's 2017 bond.
And going in depth on other projects from that 2022 package the district is working on, 2025 marks the start of construction to modernize several campuses. 25 projects will begin construction, including full modernizations for campuses such as Allison, Burnett, Harris, and Houston elementary schools. Also next year, the design phase will begin for a comprehensive project at the Nelson Bus Terminal, as well as 2-phase modernization projects at O'Henry and Hill elementary schools. You can track progress of what's happening on your child's campus through a link in Jayla's story at KXAN.com.
We have some breaking news right now out of Harris County. Maybe you got the alert on your phone. The Texas Department of Public Safety has issued an Amber Alert for 16-year-old Nancy Argueta Vasquez. She was last seen early this morning in Harris County. She was wearing a black shirt and green jeans. She's described as 5 feet tall, about 118 pounds. DPS says she was last seen with an unknown 38-year-old man, tentatively identified as Dennis Munoz Munguia. Troopers are also looking for a brown 2018 Chevy Equinox in connection to this case. If you have any information on Nancy's whereabouts, please call 911.
First warning weather with Chief Meteorologist Nick Bannon.
Okay, after a widespread freeze for most areas outside of Austin this morning, we recovered to a pleasant afternoon with sunshine, and now we're in the evening. This is how it looks at the Circuit of the Americas with fully blue skies before the sun sets. Still most of the hill country in the 60s, starting to see a few spots dropping out of the 60s and into the 50s, and we're either upper 50s or low 60s in the metro right now. 60 in Austin, 62 at the airport, but you're as warm as 65 now in Kyle. And into our eastern counties, a lot of low 60s for you, but a few spots in the 50s. Temperatures way warmer than this time yesterday by 5 to as much as 14 degrees. So a bit more pleasant for you if you're out and about this evening. Clear skies on clouds and radar. And this evening will get cooler again. 55 at 7, 49 at 9, and down to 45 at 11. But coming up in first warning weather, we've got one last cold night to show you. Who will freeze by tomorrow morning? We'll show you those numbers ahead of a warmer and wetter pattern and updated rainfall projections. But first, a massive wildfire continues to rage in Malibu, California, damaging homes and forcing thousands to evacuate. The fire began late Monday and burned through an area larger than 5 football fields. More than 1,500 firefighters are battling the nearly 4,000-acre blaze, and fierce winds are not helping. The fire has destroyed 7 structures and damaged 8 others. The cause of the fire remains under investigation.
FBI Director Chris Wray says he will resign at the end of the Biden administration. Wray announced his plans to Bureau employees today. President-elect Donald Trump appointed him in 2017 after firing James Comey as FBI Director. Trump has since been highly critical of Wray, saying in a recent interview that he is, quote, not thrilled with Wray, who, quote, invaded Mar-a-Lago. Now, that is in reference to the 2022 FBI search that led to Trump's indictment. The president-elect has already said he would nominate Kash Patel for the position of FBI director. The job typically comes with a 10-year term as part of a post-Watergate reform intended to make FBI directors less beholden to the whims of presidents.
Austin police have made several arrests in an operation aimed at helping local businesses stop shoplifters. The shoplifting blitz operation saw officers responding to 4 incidents at Lakeline Mall in North Austin. Police arrested 9 suspects who face charges varying from engaging in organized criminal activity to theft and possession of a controlled substance. Police also recovered about $7,500 in stolen property.
A federal judge in Texas rejected the auction sale of Alex Jones's InfoWars to satirical media company The Onion. A judge criticized the bidding for the conspiracy theory platform as flawed. This decision late last night is a victory for Jones, whose site was put up for sale as part of his bankruptcy case. Jones was ordered to pay $1.5 billion for defamatory remarks about the Sandy Hook school shooting. After a 2-day hearing in Houston, U.S. bankruptcy judge Christopher Lopez said he would not approve the sale in the auction, citing concerns about transparency. This clears the way for Jones to keep Austin-based InfoWars, at least for now. The Onion had planned to kick Jones out and relaunch InfoWars in January as a parody.
A proposed plan to revitalize Congress Avenue is moving forward following a recommendation last week from Austin's Urban Transportation Commission. The first phase of the Congress Avenue Urban Design Initiative would revamp the downtown corridor, and new additions would include a pedestrian plaza stretching from 7th to 11th Streets and expanded pedestrian, cyclist, and business amenities between 7th and Cesar Chavez Streets. The commission's recommendation signaled support to Austin City Council. The Downtown Austin Alliance also echoed its enthusiasm for the proposal.
When the legislatures in town, you see a lot of foot traffic back and forth, and what we really want to see is the retail and restaurant and other activity going on in that area, because it's just a natural progression for folks to go visit the Capitol and come back down Congress.
City staff will release a full report early next year based on community feedback on the project before outlining next steps. Digital reporter Kelsey Thompson has a closer look at those proposed changes at KXAN.com.
There's a new kind of vending machine in Austin, the area, but it won't sell you drinks and snacks. Starting today, you can buy something for families in need at a giving machine. It's at the Hill Country Galleria Mall in Bee Cave, and it's part of Light the World. That's a global project by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Now you can purchase food, clothing, medicine, even animals for local communities and others across the globe. Since 2017, the Light the World giving machines have raised more than $33 million.
Maybe you don't have time to go to the store and buy toys to donate, or you don't have time to go and volunteer at a shelter or something like that. It's really easy just to come over here, have your credit card ready, pick however many items you'd like to donate, and then just hit enter and you're done.
And there are 108 giving machines around the world this year. The machine at the Hill Country Galleria will be around until January 1st.
Well, as expected, we did not officially freeze in Austin at Camp Mabry, getting down to 37 this morning. That was our coldest morning of the season, but obviously above freezing. And then we bounced back into the mid-60s, still cooler than average for the afternoon. Some areas may still freeze tonight. We'll show you the cold before warmer and wetter weather returns in First Warning Weather.
Scientists at Texas A&M Corpus Christi are finding fentanyl and other illegal drugs in dead dolphins.
Xavier Walton got out on the water with the team behind this research.
We've got the Gulf of Mexico just behind us. Definitely some shocking results revealed in this study. Some researchers just simply calling it sad. Either way, regardless, we are talking about traces of fentanyl being found in dozens of dolphins.
Out of the water, Dr. Dara Orbach describing the danger her team discovered lurking beneath the surface.
We studied 89 dolphins in 3 locations across the Gulf of Mexico. 83 were alive and 6 were dead, and we found the fentanyl in all 6 dead dolphins.
Texas A&M Corpus Christi research revealing in all 30 bottlenose dolphins tested positive for various drugs. Of those 30, 24 dolphins had traces of fentanyl.
We don't know with certainty where the fentanyl is coming from. We are very close to the Mexican border, so there could be potentially drugs transported through the water.
Authorities say drug smugglers have been using the open waters for years, transporting their product. Just this summer, the Mexican Navy pulled roughly 1.6 tons of suspected cocaine out of the water all at once.
Big picture, do you think this is isolated?
Absolutely not. There was a study that just came out this summer about sharks with cocaine in them in Brazil.
News Nation getting rare access inside the lab, seeing samples
in the bottlenose dolphin
that had traces of fentanyl. Researchers like Michaela Gwen, who spent years on this project, say this is all part of a troubling trend.
It's all very alarming to think about what's ending up in these animals and in our marine environment.
In the Science Center, chemistry tells the story.
So then we send it to the mass spectrometer here.
That's where researcher Justin Elliott did a lot of the heavy lifting, verifying the team's findings.
I have seen a lot of similar types of situations where we're finding a lot of chemicals we're not expecting in weird places.
But nothing like fentanyl found in dolphins. And for that reason, Dr. Hussein Abdullah says this study is just scratching the surface.
What I call it is raising the red flag, basically. It's saying, okay, there are a concern here. We need to look. We need to investigate it further. And how big is that problem is? It is only in local, in Gulf of Mexico, or it is actually worldwide?
So you heard it there from the researchers at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. They believe it's widespread, and it's not just fentanyl either. It's other drugs, it's other pharmaceuticals. How widespread? That's what they're trying to figure out. From Galveston, Xavier Walton, News Nation.
All right, let's talk about this weather now. And yeah, you were right, Nick. It was cold this morning.
Yeah, not everyone froze, but the vast majority of counties here in Central Texas did. So going forward, the National Weather Service will not issue more freeze warnings.
Okay.
So we may still freeze again and again and again, and we will this winter, but you won't see the freeze warnings again because this was our more widespread one here this morning. Let's take it outside right now to our Austonian weather camera where we've got sunshine, what's left of it, and 60. Sunsets just after 5:30 here tonight. And these temperatures are going to fall rather quickly. Good news in the cedar department. Low and trending lower. Mold, though, is low and trending higher. We'll, of course, keep an eye on that. Every time we get a cold front, we're going to see that cedar continuing to spike over the next couple of months. 60 is where we are now in Austin. 50s northwest of us. These numbers are noticeably warmer than yesterday, but we still got one more cold night ahead of us tonight. We're forecasting a low of 37 in Austin tonight, but there will likely be many spots, especially in the hill country, that get down to freezing. This is the projections of morning low temperatures tomorrow. Llano, 32. Some borderline places that may be close enough that you still want to protect your plants. 33 Mason, Fredericksburg as well. A couple of spots in Caldwell County may get down to freezing too. It's just not going to be as widespread as it was this morning, but still a chilly beginning to your Thursday. Temperatures will warm up here tomorrow. Should be a little warmer than today was. We got to 64 today. We'll go with 65 here tomorrow, which puts us technically a degree above normal. Not going to be as sunny tomorrow as what we had today. It will start sunny, but through the day, the clouds will be increasing. Yet still, even with the increasing clouds, the warming south wind should push temperatures up slightly at 65. Focusing on clouds and radar right now, there's really not that many clouds yet. Those clouds to the west, though, will be streaming in through the day tomorrow, taking away our sun. And then here they come. Tomorrow morning starts bright, and then the sun disappears behind the clouds tomorrow afternoon. That being said, even with the increase in clouds, it stays dry tomorrow. However, Friday may not be completely dry. Looks like a mostly cloudy day, but then maybe some sprinkles, a stray shower, a little bit of drizzle in the mix. Not much in the way of measurable rain, but a few showers possible Friday. Better chance of rain comes Saturday. And still we're only looking at widely scattered showers or a thunderstorm during the morning and into the afternoon. Not all that wet, but a better, higher rain chance comes Saturday compared to Friday. Here's how your weekend looks, and let's include Friday. Maybe you're heading to the local winery. 72 Friday and that low 10% rain chance. But rain chance is up to 30% now for Saturday and then back down to 10% for Sunday, which should be the warmest day of the weekend in the mid-70s. By far, our highest rain chances of the next week come on Monday ahead of a cold front. We're looking at least scattered showers and thunderstorms Monday before those rain chances drop back down for Tuesday and Wednesday. Compared to what I was showing you this time yesterday, rainfall projections have gone up slightly, but not considerably. Most areas along and west of 35 get a quarter inch or less. Eastern counties a quarter inch to about an inch here when you add up Friday's rain all the way through next Wednesday. So overall, it's still mostly light rain, but we'll take what we can get. Here's a look at our first warning weather 7-day forecast. You can see that cold front that comes through late Monday does knock our temperatures down, not significantly, but we'll go from the mid-70s to the mid-60s for Tuesday and Wednesday with those lingering showers. We'll be right back.
Bill O'Reilly on Cuomo.
You're right, Cuomo, and that hurts me to say.
America's favorite sparring duo with TV's liveliest, most honest debate.
I took notes, Cuomo, for you.
Tonight at 8/7 Central, only on News Nation.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are concerned about a large number of drones that are flying over New Jersey. Federal officials say they don't know who is behind them.
And Democrats and Republicans say that is not an acceptable response. Washington correspondent Basil John reports on what members of Congress want to do next.
A flock of drones flying through the night sky over New Jersey is stirring up some lawmakers.
I'm deeply concerned about it. We've had drone incursions, not just in New York and New Jersey, but all across the country over the last several years.
The FBI is investigating the growing number of sightings since mid-November. The Pentagon has denied Iran's involvement.
And there's no so-called mothership launching drones towards the United States.
New York Democrat Senator Kirsten Gillibrand says Congress needs answers.
I've written a letter to the FAA today demanding answers and a much more thorough review of drone activity and a plan in place to take these drones down.
New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy and other officials met to be briefed on the FBI investigation. Connecticut Democrat Senator Richard Blumenthal is urging officials to find the people responsible.
The ones flying these drones ought to be tracked down and held accountable for basic common sense public safety.
11 of the confirmed sightings were over a U.S. military research facility.
They should be kept away from certain spaces, such as our military bases or our airports.
Missouri Republican Senator Josh Hawley is furious that federal agencies do not know much about the drone.
Because if it is true, if we really have no idea, then these people are even more incompetent than they thought.
But White House National Security Advisor John Kirby says there is no indication it is a foreign adversary.
The FBI is looking at this, DOJ is looking at this. I know the Department of Defense, when it affects or comes near a military base, they're looking at this.
Reporting in Washington, I'm Basil John.
Coffee lovers could see the price for a cup of joe go up soon, and experts say climate change is to blame. The price of high-quality coffee beans found in most restaurants and shops spiked this month, jumping to $3.50 a pound. That's the highest price the crop has seen since 1977. Experts say droughts, floods, and high temperatures hurt crops in major coffee exporting countries like Brazil and Vietnam. Consumers, roasters, and distributors will feel the price bump, which is estimated to go up anywhere from 50 cents to $1 a pound. Well, coming up on KXAN tonight at 7 o'clock, you can figure out what to give someone this Christmas season with our special holiday gift guide. Then at 8 o'clock, enjoy more than 25 classic songs with a Motown Christmas. And then you can join us for KXAN News at 10.